Good morning. It's Wednesday. We've made it to the halfway mark. Today I don't have a big idea or nothing. I guess the only thing really on my mind, or really what's been going on lately, would be prayer. When we go out and we're around other people, if we are I feel like if I can really only speak from my experience. So with me being an active member of the church, and actively trying to, do the right thing and, seeking knowledge and seeking God regularly. And I don't know if that really has anything to do with it or not, or if it's just me and just the way that I am, or that I connect a little bit with it. I don't know. But when you get around people, or when I get around people, I can start seeing needs in their life. Like when I've worked with children, I can see the children that come from a loving home and a good home. And I can see the children that come from a really bad home, that are neglected. And I was thinking about it yesterday because I just had some children, on my mind that my path has recently crossed, that you can tell that they maybe don't have a really good home life. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, why are you thinking about it, and why is it bothering you? Why are you wanting to do something about it? And you would think anybody would. You would think if you saw a child and you seen that they had a need, that you would want to meet that need. That would just be being a good human. But me, and the way my mind works, I wanted to get to the root of it, of why it was affecting me the way that it was. And I thought, it's because you can relate to it, you can connect with it. And I started thinking about myself as a child, and did all of my teachers and my peers recognize that I was in a bad home, that I was in a dysfunctional home. And when we come across people like that, and it's not just kids, I meet adults, regularly, that you can see, and it's not judging anybody or anything like that, but you can see that they have a need in their life, that something is bothering them. It's very easy to see, especially even people that really try to bury it and really try to hide it. There's still little telltale signs, especially if it's somebody that you've been around. You learn how they are. I have somebody in my life that tries to hide and bury everything. Does not like any kind of emotions or showing feelings, don't want to say how they truly feel and stuff like that. And even though I'm the one person that they do talk to and that they do tell how they feel about things, they still are really guarded. They still just give just tiny little pieces. And I've learned their little things of what they do, of how they try to ignore it. And I think we all have those things that we do where we try to ignore things. We try to ignore our emotions. And I do that. I hate to be emotional. I feel like I'm being girly, and I'm really not that girly. I have my moments where you know, and that's just how I am. But emotionally speaking, I don't like crying, none of it. I feel like it's weakness. I want to be strong. I'm really hard on myself. I tell myself to suck it up and deal with it and go on all the time. And I feel like most of us, maybe not everybody, but most of us, I believe we do try to be strong. We do try to bury it and not deal with it and things like that. And I think we're fixing to get to a thought and an idea for the video today. We're working up to it. Here's an idea, and this might just, make a light bulb go off in your head. But how are we supposed to help our children and them know how to open up to us and deal with their problems, not suppress things, but deal with them healthy, be healthy, have good mental health, and grow and prosper? How are they going to do that? And how are they going to know how to do that when we can't do it? When adults can't do it? When you refuse? And then there's people, and we all know about it, we've all seen it, that show the emotions that they teach their kids, the things that they teach their kids, what they show their kids as far as emotions and feelings and how to deal with them is violence, parents screaming at each other in front of their kids, punching holes in the walls. I mean, what is that teaching them? And I'm sure people probably think I'm crazy because I don't have biological children yet that I've actually given birth to myself. But I grew up in that. I know what the effects are to the child because I was that child. I can talk about it and talk about it like I know something about it because I know what it does. I was that child. I don't have a big degree in children, like child development and all that. Like I studied psychology some, but I don't have no big degree in it. I don't have children of my own. But I am a product of it. I can speak from experience, from being the child in it. But how do we help people and get people to realize what's going on, and how do we help these children who the school system don't even have enough teachers, won't even pay enough staff to work with them? I've worked with the school system. I've seen how there's a whole bunch of kids and there's one teacher and there's a few kids in that class that really need some one-on-one attention, really need some help, and they can't get the help that they need. And then the actual mental health funding is like the first thing to be cut. Like, it ain't no wonder that people are struggling so bad. Just like I mentioned, I think it was yesterday, about the suicide rate being so high. People, we human beings cannot do things unless we are taught. And some people learn it on their own. Some people, need to be taught. And people that are struggling really bad with things, just like a bad childhood, how do you expect them to live a normal life, a productive life, when they don't even know how to deal with that? Why do you think the drug problem is so bad? Because people are literally trying to stay high so they're not dealing with the bad stuff in their head. The bad stuff that's happened to them. And that's an even more reason why those of us that are saved and that are Christian should be running hardcore to say, hey, there's Jesus. There's help. I don't know. I just feel like God's just shown me even more, like this week, of just how many people out there, people and children that are out there that need help. That we need to be praying. We need to be seeking, to help people and do more. I want to do more. And it bothers me. Like, it breaks my heart just to see how people are struggling. And I know from my own experience of what it is, of being in a bad place, being in a bad situation. And just imagine people, what a difference it makes when people help. If they had just a little bit of help, even just a kind word. If you want to help somebody and it's in your heart, God will use you. God will make a way and He'll help you. If you could be a help to Him, He'll use you. And that's my thing. I've just been like, God, help me to be in the shape to where I can help somebody. Let them see you and me. Use me. Because I'm sure, and this is just a little small portion of it, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that I've hindered in my life because I've not lived like I should. And I would love to make up for that and fix it. But I hope that's a help to you guys. I hope that's something you'll think about. But I gotta go. I got a lot to get done. But I love you guys. I'll be praying for you. Please be praying for me. Share, like, comment, whatever. If you think somebody that maybe it can help. But I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, I will see you later. Probably in the morning or something. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I hope that if you see somebody around you in need or anything, God gives you anything to go to them, hope that you're strong and you do. I know it's hard and it's scary. And there's times that God's told me to go and I've not. Because it's scary and it's been a stranger. But just think about your absolute worst time in your life if somebody would have stepped out and somebody would have helped you, what a difference it would have made. I love you guys and have a great day. I'll see you later.